Donnie and Dolly, the team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
Barks, the one with bite. What do you mean Barks has bite? Johnny? What do you mean Barks has bite? Johnny? What do you mean Barks has bite? Oh, hey, man. What do you mean Barks has bite? Here, try some of this. Ouch. I haven't seen him that excited since he got his heels. Ouch. You tell him, Johnny. You tell the world.
Little taste of the best decade ever, the 1990s, as we bring in Barks. Vancouver Giants open their 22nd WHL season tonight at the LEC. They take on the Seattle Thunderbirds, and here joining us, Barclay Parneta, Giants general manager. How are you, sir?
That's awesome. I love it. You tell the world, Donnie. You tell the world. That gets me happy.
Well, I try to tell the world every morning. I try to tell this guy every morning. What's your level of optimism like going into the season, Barclay?
Oh, it's high. It's always high before we start. It's as we go through the year when things change. So everybody's the same right now. We're all in the same spot. So you know what? I'm really excited. We have a different group. The dynamics changed. We're considerably younger this year. And I think that's going to be all the drivers. But we do have some really talented older guys that I think will certainly help bring those younger guys up.
Okay, so speaking of the older players, returning players, what do you think last year's surprising playoff run, if I can call it that, but you upset Everett, what do you think it's going to do for those returning players and the whole organization?
Well, I'm not going to call it surprising because I really felt that's the way our team should have performed through the entire season based on the type of players we had. It was probably more surprising that we didn't perform like that through the season. But anyway, it all came together in the end, and obviously beating the number one seed for the first time in the history of the WHL playoffs was awesome. But that experience for those young kids, the preparation, it was imperative. It really will catapult those guys into knowing how hard it is to literally play in those playoffs, and they're going to help everybody around them. The older guys that got to experience it just transcends to the next season, and sort of that focus is there from the initial get-go.
Barclay, it's that time of the year where GMs in the dub are all waiting for NHL cuts. You got some guys at NHL camps. Which ones do you expect back? Which ones might be tough to get back? Well,
we're not going to see Zach Ostapchuk for probably 4 to 6 weeks, potentially. We knew that going in all along. We knew. I talked to Pierre Dorion at a game last season, and they kind of said, their plan is he'll probably stick around for a while. They'll see where it goes. With the hope that he's back for us, obviously. But if he makes it, that's great. We've done our job. And then Jesper Vikman, our goaltender, is still down in Vegas. And I spoke to Sean Burke, who's now their new director of goaltending development, who I happen to be friends with from my days back with the Coyotes. And he said, we can probably expect him maybe, next week, I think. But neither one will be in the lineup for the opening weekend here.
Well, one more. Fabian Lysell, Boston Bruins, any chance, or is that down the road?
Yeah, Fabian is a much longer play. So, he's going to get every opportunity to play in Boston and potentially go down through the AHL before he would end up back here. So, I don't see anything transpiring there for a couple of months.
Bark, every year, some kid goes from 9 goals to 16, and some kid goes from 16 to 23 in junior hockey. Who are some of the kids you're expecting this year to have a lot of progress?
The first guy on our team, Jaden Lipinski. Mm-hmm. He really put it together. He's a 6'4" body. He really worked hard this summer, and he sort of started to find the net in the second half. And that's a player that will definitely have the potential to go from 9 to 20 or 25 on our team. I think you'll see some of the older guys continue to maintain their sort of performance. But Ty Halliburton, who missed the last half of the season due to injury, I think you'll see a number of points from him. I'm just really looking forward to watching how they grow. Samuel Honzik, our new Slovakian player, has played at the World Juniors in the summer. He's going to be interesting to watch, too.
Slovakia is on fire when it comes to producing great young hockey players. Hey, Barclay, where do you stand on, maybe this is a question for Michael Dick, your head coach, but where do you stand on bag skates?
Hey, But
because of Torts.
Torts now?
Yeah. We've been talking about the last 2 days.
Yeah. I caught a bit of the show there again last night when I was 1 a.m. I was up watching your show. That's what I do.
Hold on a second.
What a life you have.
You're up at 1 a.m. watching us stiffs? What's going on here?
Your song is like my lullaby. I love the theme song.
We put you to sleep is what you're saying.
I've told you that before. You know what? Bag skates we'd have a hard time doing that now. I don't think that the kids necessarily react to that for us. It's a lot different at the pro level. I think Torts is probably trying to establish, that he's the boss and things are going to change. But I can't say we've had bag skates. We try to incorporate more learning and why if they're not doing well, we try to sort of help them figure out how to do well, not necessarily bag skate.
You still want your players to be in shape, though. I'm sure during your days as a Ladner Penguin that you did the odd bag skate. Why did that all change? When did it all change?
You know what? It's more teaching now. And I think I wouldn't call them just straight up bag skates with no pucks where you're just doing lines anymore. Mm-hmm. But coaches have evolved just like the players. So coaches are able to incorporate a high level of fitness while still learning at the same time with the type of drills. So in essence, sometimes the players don't know they're being bag skated, but they actually are.
Hey, Bark, Canadian hockey... Canada hockey did not have a good summer. There was, there's a lot of people ripping hockey culture right now. I know the owner of your hockey club. He runs a pretty good ship, and I know you guys. When you draft kids at the Bantam draft, you do your due diligence on character. You do all that stuff. What about hockey culture right now, Bark? It's taken a beating in all facets of life. What can you tell us about the Vancouver Giants and the programs to make sure these kids do the right things?
Well, you know what? It has taken a beating, and it's education for us. I think that. All the things that came out of that are that even through the summer, we actually did some Zoom calls with our players about how to conduct themselves away from the rink in the summertime when they're having fun. We've brought in a mental performance coach here. We've got in clinical counselors to support our staff, and we're having a ton of education seminars on things like consent. Obviously alcohol. That's another thing. So we're really trying to educate our players on how to conduct themselves properly and make the right decisions in the right circumstances. And you know what? I'm not going to say hockey players are targeted, but they're sort of sometimes they have a higher profile. Yeah. So online or whatnot, and it's really important they understand that there's a responsibility that comes with this. And whether it's a police seminar that we talk about, or whether it's just how to conduct yourself in everyday life on social media, we're really proactive and engaging in that right now.
Melatonin helps you go to sleep at night. We're the melatonin of TV shows for Barclay Parneta.
Bark, one request, okay? One request. November 25th, Connor Bedard is in town in Langley.
You want some tickets?
Let me write that down.
Yeah. Hey, Bark. Get me and Taylor in the owner's suite. Get her done.
Oh, done. And you know what? I almost got to golf with you guys once, and I was so excited, but I was so
I know.
I couldn't.
I know.
Legit.
Next time.
He likes golfing with the owner, and I said, "Where's Barkley?" Nowhere to be seen.
I got the invite, you guys, honestly, but it was I literally had a pile of work here, and I wish I could have gone. Because I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys.
Barkley, if you golfed with us, would you have finished 18 holes? Because Rick could only do 9 because of his shoulder.
Bark's shoulder. I got the x-rays. It's something wrong with the AC joint.
That isn't your shoulder.
Too many beers.
No, the beers are with the right hand. This is the left hand, left shoulder. AC joint, there's something wrong, Bark. They're going to get to the bottom of it in 2 weeks.
Hey, everybody, get out to the Langley Event Center. Come support the Giants.
There you go. Yeah. Enough of Dollywall's shoulder and health problems. All right, Barkley, thanks for this. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you again soon.
Hey, great to see you guys. Take care.
You bet.